Alright, it's been a while since I recorded the video, so this is just something I'm quickly posting. So let's get this over with. And this one, Naruto's going to be a prodigy. He's going to be very, very smart for his age, and he's also going to be the hokage at a younger age, way younger age than what he was. I think he was like in his 30s or something, or 20s when he became Hokage in series and Boruto, but we don't even talk about that because it's not real. Boruto don't exist in my mind. Except for Barren mode. That's the only thing that exists in Boruto. So let's get into it. Oh yeah. He's on, yeah, like I said, he's going to be a Hokage at a young age. What age is going to be a Hokage? I'm going to say he's going to be a Hokage at age 6, but it's still going to be Hiruzen's face, but Hiruzen's going to get a position over to Naruto. Now, this one, Danzo isn't really, well, he is like he is in canon, but he's less bloodthirsty and wanted to kill like Naruto. But he still would try to get rid of, he will still try to, get rid of the Uchiha clan, but they're going to survive in this one because I want them to. And you're going to see how I make Naruto use them and all the other assets to the village to his advantage, to basically bringing, as he sees, world peace, peace between the nations and all that other stuff like that. But he's also going to take out places that is, basically need to be taken out. Now, at the start, Naruto's not that strong in this one. At age of 6, he's not the strongest person ever. Like, I'm going to say he's at the age, when he gets to age 12, when he graduates the academy, he's going to be, stronger than what his canon self was. Because, he's going to have access to jutsu that's Kage level and above that. But he can, basically have jutsus that's basic. But he's also going to have, those jutsus, since he is basically the Hokage of the Leaf Village. So let's get on with this. So everything goes basically like canon, Naruto was born. But, he's still born with the yellow hairs like Minato. No whisker marks and everything. Hold on. Sorry about that. He's still, like Minato. He looks, like miniature Minato with, whiskers. He has a large chakra pool like Kushina and, basically the hair like Minato. So he's going to be a prodigy. Like I said before, he's going to be way smarter than what his age should be. So when he's growing up, basically things going, well, as canon would till he's 4, But he'd be a lot more smarter. He know how to, buy things with his money. By the age of 3, stuff like that. At the age of 2, he'd already be able to speak in a lot of sentences. He know what a lot of words mean. Because he listened. That's one of the main ways to basically learn. You listen. And that's what Naruto did. Because no one really knew he was the Kyuubi Jinchuriki at the time. No one knew anything about him. So they didn't mind that he just listened in on their conversations or listen when they talk. So he learned a lot of words from that. He learned a lot of sayings. He learned a lot about the world, about ninjas, about, basically outside of the village. Oh yeah, Naruto's not going to be a prankster in this one. But he is going to have stealth skills like he did in canon. If you guys don't know, Naruto does have stealth skills in Naruto, because how else can someone sneak into an Anbu base and stuff like that, do all that, running from tunings and stuff like that in Naruto and not get caught? And Jonin. So let's get into it. So Naruto, of course, basically, like I said, would just learn from these people, from their talkings, from descriptions, read books a lot, things like that. He go to the civilian library because he can't go to shinobi one because he's still underage. So he go to the civilian library and he learned anything that he could at the point in time. So, it's time skip to when it's announced that he's the Kyuubi Jinchuriki. So he is announced the Kyuubi Jinchuriki. A lot of people try to take their anger out on him just because basically he's the Kyuubi Jinchuriki. They see him as the Kyuubi itself, not as its container, its Jinchuriki. So that's what they do. They try to basically, do it like they did in canon, the Fox Hunt. But Hiruzen, being more of a Hokage in this one than just in canon, when he was a horrible Hokage. He'd actually set up a way to protect Naruto when this event happened. Being Naruto, being smarter, and just he'd actually tell Hiruzen, the fox hunt things happening. He'd get, try to get basically attacked on his birthday. He'd tell Hiruzen everything that happens instead of Hiruzen basically not doing anything like in canon. He'd actually help Naruto, and this would actually set Naruto up for the future. Now, Hiruzen would see that Naruto is a huge prodigy. He's better than Minato, and he's better than Itachi. To see that he taught Naruto, a couple of jutsus. I'm gonna say the substitution, the Shuriken Shadow Clone. It also, implies Kunai Shadow Clone too. He didn't teach him the Shadow Clone jutsu yet. Substitution, Shuriken Shadow Clone, Kunai Shadow Clone. What's it called? The Shishuin. I can't really say that word. I'm sorry. Teaching the Shishuin, whatever. Just gonna call it the Flash Step because I cannot say that word. The Flash Step. Yep. Like in Bleach. Teach him that. Body Flicker. Let's just call it the Body Flicker. Teach him Body Flicker. And that's about all the jutsu he teach him. That Naruto would master in a matter of like couple of couple of hours. Where it take most people that don't have a Sharingan, couple of like weeks, days, months to master these jutsu. But Naruto masters them in a couple of hours. And Naruto is this huge prodigy. So he basically tried to get Naruto set up as in advanced curriculum, because I'm pretty sure the academy starts at the age of 7 or 8. Yeah, I think it's 8. So he tried to get Naruto pushed forward in basically learning things like basic knowledge, and things of the like. So Naruto would learn all these kind of things because Hiruzen sees fit. Basically Naruto learning these things. So he get Naruto, teach Naruto the hand jutsu so Naruto can basically sneak into the library, which Naruto would do, and then basically sneak into the library. He'd read up on all of these books like politics, how to run a village, architect, financial advice, what else? And any other thing that you can think of. Hiruzen would basically set up for Naruto to get all these knowledge. But he'd also, tell Naruto to learn basic knowledge. Like, tell him how to read and write, stuff like that. Naruto already knows how to read, basically, but he needs to learn how to write. Teach him, because he thinks Naruto would be good for, Fuin Jutsu, or, Sealing Jutsu. So he teach him, what's it called again? Calligraphy. Naruto will learn calligraphy, stuff like that. But this is not all at the same time. It's over the span of basically, months. Because, like I said, you're going to be called Hokage at age 6, and he's only 5 right now. So over the span of months, he read all these books. He'd remember all this knowledge, stuff like that. Now, then comes around age 6. Naruto don't become Hokage right away. Soon as he turns age 6. A couple months he'll become when he's about to turn 7. Like a couple months before he turns 7. So Naruto basically still doing all that. He's still gaining his knowledge. He's making friends now. Like with Shikamaru, Choji. He met them. I'll say right now, he met Shikamaru and Choji. They become friends. They hit it off real quick. He played Shoji with Shikamaru. He learned strategies from that. The best place to move around board. And also teach him how to get quick strategies inside his mind, instead of having to make up a plan. And when something going wrong, he can't basically do anything because that's the plan he went by. Not having any thought about what to do when that plan goes south. So Naruto would do all this, and like I said, 2 more weeks would pass from playing shogi with Shikamaru. And Shikamaru, Naruto would meet, he would also meet Kiba and Hinata. He wouldn't save Hinata this time because I want to say that happens at age 7, but he met her before everything happened. Oops, sorry. So he'd actually meet Hinata before everything happened. I need to. Why is this happening? Why everybody want to post? Hold up. Sorry about that. So he'd actually meet, a lot of the clan heirs before, basically. He would meet them in canon. So he meet them here at the age of 6. He meet them, they become close friends, and he tell him his dream is to become Hokage, to help bring peace to the world, to stop all wars, and basically get rid of what is called the curse of hatred. But we all know it's never going to be get rid of, but we can't suppress it, but you can never get rid of something. Naruto says that too. He cannot get rid of it, so he's just going to suppress it. Now, somewhere around this, 2 more months, he meets Sasuke. Sasuke is not all that hatred, I hate you, and want to kill you. Itachi, he's not all that right now, because, he's still young. Him and Naruto would click it off, become real friends, pretty good friends at, such a young age. Now, nothing would happen with, with them being close to the Jinchuriki. Nothing would happen of sorts. So him and Sasuke would become good friends. They'd often train together. It's helped Sasuke get stronger. Also, he now sees someone he can look up to instead of being in his brother's shadow. Now the clan heirs would also train with Naruto too. Sees that he trains a lot. He's not doing weight training right now because it would stunt his growth. I'm going to start him on weight training at the age of 8 when he starts the academy. I'm also going to start him on sealing jutsus when he starts the academy too. And nature jutsus involving nature affinities. I'm also going to start him on doing it at the academy too, because I don't want him learning nature releases right now. So with them basically training with him, he actually also get Shikamaru to train, and also Ino. So and Choji. So and a lot of other people, he'd actually work to getting that shyness out of Hinata. He'd actually be successful. She's not completely not shy, because she's still a little bit shy, but she's not complete shy. So he actually helped her a lot, to the point where she had to be serious at some point. She would be serious when it calls for it. She's not shy and all that, stuff like that, like in canon, where she faint every time she meet Naruto. Now she still stutters, a lot, but when it comes to fighting, she will, fight if she have to. So now here's the time where Naruto is appointed Hokage. Who's in the scene that he's getting very, very old. He basically can't do all this work by himself. He needs someone else to step in. He does not want to get the job to Danzo, because he sees that Danzo might run the basically village to the ground. He can't give it to Tsunade because Tsunade is outside the village, and Jiraiya does not want to become Hokage. So he sees Naruto as this prodigy that can take his place, but he also saw Itachi too, and Fugaku Uchiha. Now, why Fugaku, you might be thinking? Now, Fugaku, I'm going to make it like this. Him and Minato were best friends, and if Minato didn't become basically the Hokage, Fugaku would have became Hokage. No, Minato also was best friends with Kushina, meaning that basically, Minato and Fugaku was actually friends closer in this one. So they did try to basically adopt Naruto, but they couldn't. So let's do this. He didn't want to basically pick Itachi because he see that even though Itachi is a prodigy, one of the best and all of his clan, he's still basically not inexperienced, not too young. It's just that he's too naive. If you know what I mean, he's too naive. Like yeah, you get what I mean. Like when I say he's too naive, he's too naive. He thinks too lightly. No, but he sees Naruto as someone who don't think lightly. He takes the bad and he takes the worst. Now, this is when Hiruzen actually secretly appoints Naruto Hokage. Now, he announces this to the clan leaders. Now, he announces clan leaders, the Anbu captain and Anbu, obviously. Naruto will find out about this, but he's gonna reject it, said no first, but I thought never mind. He's gonna reject this at first, but no, when Naruto started doing things that make him look like a good Hokage, then he's gonna accept it. So Naruto is upon Hokage. Hiruzen would tell this to Naruto that he is now the fifth Hokage, the secret fifth Hokage, which will be revealed when Naruto basically becomes like a Jonin level ninja or something like that. When Naruto becomes higher in rank of basically ninja, well, when it's publicly pronounced that he's higher in rank, Naruto will also learn this learn of his family from Hiruzen because he's the next Hokage. But also he learned of his secret of being the Jinchuriki. Naruto does not freak out, doesn't curse, doesn't say anything about it. Like, why? That's why the village hates me, nothing like that. Because he sees now why they hate him, but he doesn't really see it as that. He don't really care. He just sees them as being blinded by their hatred, blinded by their sadness and their pain and their sorrow. But he sees why they do it because there's something they can't understand. And people fear what they can't understand. They want to get rid of what they can't understand. So, after this is all happening, basically Naruto becomes a Hokage. He will not announce this to his friends except Shikamaru. Why he would just announce it to Shikamaru? Because Naruto sees Shikamaru as someone who has basically around the same intellect as him. So with him doing that, Shikamaru basically vows from that day forward that he'd be Naruto's right-hand man or his advisor. Now, he wouldn't tell this to Sasuke because, boy, Sasuke's a good person right now. I don't see him telling it to Sasuke at this point in time. So, with this happening, Naruto basically be leading the village secretly. So, what he do first is basically up the antes of the academy. Instead of being kids for basically making it so that kids from what is it called? Kids from civilian families can make it to the academy. They can, but they need to be put on certain curriculum as they need to at least be able to rank up there with the kids from what is it called? From ninja clans, ninja born kids, something like that. They need to be able to hang with them at some form of basically style of ninja arts. They need to be able to hang with them in some style of that. If they can't, then they're not allowed because they will die when they get out in the real world. And you also have it so kids will learn more accurately of what is happening outside the ninja world than basically learning all this knowledge about stuff that doesn't really partake in the ninja world, like who the first Hokage is. Like somebody that's not going to kill you just because you say the first Hokage was in Leaf Village. The first Hokage was basically Hashirama Senju. If you do anything to me, he will kill you. He's dead. I don't care about that. Naruto don't care. So he basically making it so students can learn quicker, can learn more stuff than what they actually did in canon, and also basically helping them get stronger also. He make it so they start chakra control at a younger age also. so kids don't be out there unprepared like Team 7 was in canon. Because honestly, bro, Team 7 in canon, they would have died if they really went on somebody and Zabuza wasn't just playing around with Kakashi. Kakashi, he was tripping. No, cause I ain't gonna say Kakashi weak. Anything from that, bro. Kakashi is strong, bro. One of the strongest ninjas in the village, really. But he just underestimates his basically his enemies too much, if you can say it like that. And I see that he wasn't putting this all into his training. Like I feel like Kakashi was a little bit rusty. If you know like what I mean, like cause Kakashi, to me it seemed like younger Kakashi was stronger than older Kakashi at that point. Like younger when he was an Anbu. Anbu Kakashi was way stronger than what Kakashi was in anime when he was teaching Team 7 and stuff like that. That's just what it seems to me. So that's what I'm just putting it as. So he'd also have that happen, stuff like that. No, and when you get to the academy, I'm gonna show you what happens there. So after all this not implemented into the academy stuff like that for Shinobi matters, he got actual affairs outside the village and stuff like that. Inside the village, he don't actually have Danzo work for him. Basically have him on a tight leash, because see, Danzo is someone that's very, very prone to actually doing something. Like seeing him as basically a danger. So he has Danzo on a very tight leash. He'd also have the Shinobi clans implement more of their basically people into the Anbu, like more Uchiha, more Yamanaka, more Inuzuka, more what they called? Aburame, Nara, every Shinobi clan he'd have more, and also the Hyuga clan too. He'd have them implement more to the Anbu. Now, why, you might be asking? Because he can use their strength and use it to form good teams that they'll be based around. Having the like in Candy, with Hinata, Kiba, and Shino being on the same teams. That's what he basically do, like because he sees them as tracking teams. He have them track, basically like that. Interrogation teams would be the Shikicho, those formations also. Basically hard hitter teams would be Uchiha, the Hyuga, and basically what's another one? Just another hard hitting, basically team. He'd also have the Kurama clan, because I'm going to say the Kurama clan in this one. They aren't going to die in this one. Kurenai's student will not die with whoever her name is. I don't even know. Can't remember her. The Kurama clan will not die in this one. Those who can make Genjutsu come to fruition, whatever, come to life. They're going to be in this one. They're going to be strong. They're not going to be stronger. They're going to be just as strong. Not as strong as some clans, but since their Genjutsu come to life, really, they're going to be real strong. So Naruto would have all this happen, and he implemented all of that. Now, he'd have civilian affairs. He'd get rid of the civilian council, because he dig up a lot of files and stuff like that. He sees something that the second Hokage implemented when he basically made the civilian council, that if the civilian council is messing up Shinobi affairs, making it so Shinobi affairs is basically Shinobi are basically losing a lot of funds, losing a lot of things, it's hurting the village, then he can get rid of basically the civilian council. With that happening, it actually frees up a lot of things to happen. So he'd actually get rid of the civilian council because they're too corrupt. They're messing up the village and they're hurting a lot of the economy. since they're raising prices for Naruto, they're doing it also for a lot of people since they can actually trying to get away with it. It also messes up things outside the village because it hurt the ninja because they're not ready for missions because the civilian council is making their own curriculum way easier for shinobi, not shinobi, for civilian kids to get basically become a ninja. Now with Naruto doing all of this, he also basically this will help the village grow exponentially in basically 2 years time. He's now 8 years old. What I said what happened when he's 7? Yeah, he saved Hinata from the bullies. He really saved her. He just told her to fight back. Basically told her to not take any, not sit down, let somebody push you around. Told her to fight back. Cause if you become a ninja, if you go out there, they won't care if you fight back or not. They will kill you. So he'd also meet Neji over the 2 years, and he beat into Neji. I mean beat into Neji that no, this fate thing does not matter, cause Hiyashi would die. Still gonna make Hiyashi die. He was saving Hanabi, so Hiyashi would die. Basically, cause the Cloud Village. Basically, this was not over the Hokage's order. Because in this one, Hokage doesn't really care about the bloodline like his father would, did. He don't really care about the Hyuga clan bloodline, anything like that. He's just worried about his village, worried about his brother. He's worried about things like that. So Hiyashi, whatever. I don't care. Hiyashi is Hinata's father, right? And Hizashi is Neji's father. If I'm wrong, please put it in the comments. So he would basically still die. So Naruto had to beat into Neji about fate not always being set in stone, that no one controls fate but the person himself. So Neji would get that through his thick skull, and he'd actually start basically he went on start basically belittling Hinata, like in canon. So this also boosts her morale. He'd also bring Jiraiya back to the village and have him design a new seal for the Hyuga clan and officially just get rid of the caged bird seal. This might be clan basically policies, clan affairs, but he can still basically lean into it because it's hurting the Leaf Village, because they're killing their own ninja for no reason. It's making them weaker because they live in constant fear of basically being killed if they just go off on the wrong foot just even a little bit. So that would happen. Getting rid of the caged bird seal was actually a huge thing for the Hyuga clan, making it very much stronger than what it was in canon, because now that the main branch and the side branch are united, they can actually train with each other and show each other moves that they didn't even know each branch had. Now, Naruto, like I said, would have Jiraiya make a seal that seals away their eyes when they die. And this seal does not, make anyone be controlled. So it actually is really helpful, since no one can control no one. But even when they die, or even if their eyes get torn out, they basically still won't work. So no one can steal their basically, Byakugan. So with this happening, this would help them, very drastically. This would set things off for the Hyuga clan to be moving in a good spot to basically just make them stronger overall. Seeing that they're not basically they're united, you can say, in a way. They're united under one flag. Under one branch, there's no main and there's no branch. This would set things between Hiyashi and Neji being more cooler than in canon, being closer as relatives. Naruto would also implement that they learn jutsus instead of like being basically focused on taijutsu only. He'd also have them, get the idea of, he get the ideas of Hashi to basically build around their taijutsu style, the gentle fist. Tell them to move around a little bit. Stop being so focused on that one variant. Cause I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if this canon or not, but it said that in Naruto they basically use the gentle fist the way it is, cause most Hyuga have earth elements. I'm pretty sure, so they have they try to be hard as a rock basically. So he's basically giving them the idea to branch out with their styles, with basically their nature and how their body is structured. So the more broody, basically built, not basically, Hyugas will basically get the regular style. Or more like Kanata will get like the flowing fist style. I'm just gonna call it that. The flowing fist style, cause it don't flow like water. The lightning style, what is that? I don't know. We're just gonna basically, that's more focused on fast movements. Like, I'm just gonna explain like this. Hinata style gonna be more flow, basically being more flow to it. It connects everything elegantly like a flowing river. Now, the lightning style one is gonna be more fast, more basically in an instant. Fire is gonna be more, I don't know how to describe fires. Can't really describe it. No, regular one is earth. In the wind, I don't really know, like a tornado, more, basically crazier, basically. That's what you need to say about it. It's more crazier. More unpredictedness. So, with that happening, stuff like that, yeah, that happens. Now, Naruto didn't go to the academy. Like I said, it's going to happen with this 8. Him being in the academy, like I said, since he upped the ante of the curriculum in the academy, a lot of things would change. Students would be taught more things, more in the span of 1 year than what they did in 2 years. So they learn all this in the academy and be ready for the shinobi world. Now they also have the event where they have to kill basically an animal. And then they have to basically slowly build up that basically kill count with animals to basically get them ready for when they have to eventually take a life in the shinobi forces. So with this happening, 2 years passed by. Naruto would learn jutsus. He would start learning fluent jutsu, which he sees that he adapts to very quickly. And he hears Hiruzen say that it's his family's basically mostly what they're specialized at, and he adapts to it really quickly because that's what they good at. Now Naruto would also basically expand outside the village, make more trading with villages, and instead of like in canon where Gato could take over Wave like he did in canon because no one was in Wave to help him. When Wave would first send out that distress call that something's happening, Naruto would send people to Wave because he can see that it's gonna be a big trading corp one day. So Gato is taken out earlier since he don't have time to basically call in people. Now with Leaf getting on such good behavior with Wave Country, this happening, he would actually get a good trading with them and also help them along the way, and he get the benefit of having someone close to the waters where he can import and export things quicker. Now he'd also go to the land of snow himself, where basically Yuki is, not Yuki, what's her name, Princess, the lady from the movie that lived in the land of snow when Naruto did the Rainbow Rasengan. If you know, tell me her name. He'd also go there a year, and one point in time he go there and he basically save the people from that tyrant, her uncle. Yeah, her uncle. He take him down quickly and effectively before he can basically become like he is in canon. Well, I'm pretty sure that movie is canon. Pretty sure. It might be. It might not be. Doesn't matter to me. This is my canon and it's all free. So with that happening, basically, he get advanced tech from them. They be more advanced than what they was in canon. With them doing that, she take over. She'd actually cry because, now called the land of spring because Naruto broke the crystal thing and they have spring again. So she trade with Naruto. Them they get new devices like the earpieces that they have in canon. They get more of them, and it's not be more rare, and they won't leave them like they did in canon. They go from having technology to losing it. I don't know how you do that so fast. They'd actually have this, basic technology, and most of the villages don't have this. So this helps them also when they're at, basically outside the village on missions. They can communicate easier with their team. Naruto also does this with different devices like they're not gonna have internet per se. They're gonna have movies. Basically, it can help this to entertainment, and he's not gonna have the subways implemented yet. He thinks that's a good idea, but it's gonna take a while for that to happen, and he don't think that's gonna happen just yet. So with all that happening, he still basically train, push his friends harder every day. Somewhere around this time, Danzo would have tried to have the Uchiha clan basically massacred, but Naruto would have that swept away. He would actually have Shisui. Actually, no, he wouldn't have Shisui or nothing like that. I want to say instead of like all that happening, he just moved the Uchiha clan back into the village instead of being outside the village like they were. Now with this happening, basically moving them back into the village, they don't seem as though they hated or outcast by the village now because they're literally inside the village and they think that the hokage trust them enough for them to be inside the village. They still be the face of the police force and stuff like that. Now with the Uchiha clan not getting massacred and Shisui not dying, a lot of things happen. Danzo doesn't get the Sharingan. Itachi's not labeled a rogue ninja, but they still have a ninja implemented into the Akatsuki. Now, who basically is going to be the spy for Itachi? Who's going to be a placement for Itachi? It's going to be some random S-rank ninja, but that's not from Leaf Village. But he's not going to be the spy. It's actually someone already on the Akatsuki that's already a spy for them. Now you might be wondering who. I'm gonna drop a hint for you, just to drop a hint. This is one of the hardest hints you would ever get. So, how can I say it? Anime King. I don't know what it is. I think it's Anime King 1 or 2. But watch one of his series. I think it's Naruto pushed himself. Yeah, what if Naruto pushed himself? Beyond his limits, whatever. I don't really know. Go watch Anime King 2. It's great. What if YouTuber. I love him. Love watching his stuff. Also go watch a lot of they got a lot of anime what ifs out there. Go watch them. They're all good. Prince of What Ifs, I like his Bond series that's going on currently. I might watch the Zoro one because I really want to see it, and I just had to get around to it. A lot of What If has been posting. I haven't been watching a lot that I used to in a while because just haven't. So let's get into the story again. I'm sorry for this little tangent. So yeah, that's who's in the Akatsuki. That's basically Spy. If you didn't get it, go watch that series. Shameless promotion for him. Don't really care. I'm not going to tell you who it is right now. So as that's done, basically, like I said, the spy for the Itachi, not Itachi, the Akatsuki. So he get the plans with the Akatsuki doing. So he go to the sand village. He'd actually fix. No, he'd not go to the sand village. He'd send Jiraiya to the sand village, help him fix Gaara's basically seal. This would actually give him good ties with sand village, as the villagers see it as help, as they basically can get Gaara back to normal without him being bloodthirsty, and one day might kill one of them. They lose their fear of him going basically insane. Now he has control over whether or not he wants to talk to Shikaku or not. Now with this, I said it's so weird. Shikaku can actually rest and is basically going insane from not being basically in a proper seal because of the seal he had in Canada was crappy. Now he can basically rest and won't be driving Gaara insane because Gaara couldn't sleep. So in this one, Gaara and Shikaku actually get along pretty well, over there because their love of sand, basically. They have, pretty much a lot of things in common, actually. And with this, Gaara actually get along with Kankuro and Tamari well, also. So, what else? Oh, yes. This will also solidify Konoha's relationship with the Sand Village, making them one of the primary villages to lean on when it comes to war. Naruto would also, instead of like in canon where the Sand Village isn't getting much I think this is canon. The Sand Village isn't getting much missions from their own daimyo, the daimyo of Wind. This would actually change because Naruto would actually tell them to give more missions to the Sand Village because they need more basically money, military funds for the village and also basically for the military. Now what this doing is actually boosting the strength of the Sand Village. Now he'd also participate in he sent ninjas to the Mist Bloody War that they have in the Civil War that they're having. Now the main people he was sending is Itachi, he sent Kakashi, and also sent what's her name? It's female. Kurenai. Now why Kurenai? Because Genjutsu. I see that's a very good thing that might help. Now, you might be wondering, Itachi does not have his Mangekyo in this one. No, he has it. A lot of people in the Chugai clan actually have it. Actually, most people in the Chugai clan have their Mangekyo than most had in the canon. Now, the reason you might be thinking that is Shishui. Yes, Naruto had Shishui do that. Now, you might be wondering what I mean by that. I mean, as Naruto had Shishui put a lot of people in the Koto Masukami, and what this does is basically making it so that he messes with their senses that don't even seem like they're in Genjutsu, and he showed them their families getting killed. The only person that don't have basically, sorry if you hear that baby crying, babysitting. My sisters are in there babysitting. One of my own family members, daughters. So, with this happening, they basically keep going through the war. Since Itachi has the Mangekyo Sharingan, he can control what's his name? The third Mizukage, and actually basically break Obito's control over it. Itachi obviously is not as strong as Obito, but he still has Mangekyo. I believe that two Mangekyos can cancel each other out if they do a Genjutsu, and Itachi obviously had the stronger Genjutsu than Obito, having Tsukiyomi. I said it so wrong. Tsukiyomi. So he actually break Yagura, I think his name is, whatever, the third Mizukage's Genjutsu. He'd also, Yagura, say that he's not fit to basically be Mizukage, after all he's did, basically he had to face his crimes. So he basically be tried and put to prison. Not murder, he be put to prison. Cause they asked him what happened and all that. He tell them he'd actually have someone basically see if he was lying. Now, this not all happened in one day, no. This happened over the span of a month. Basically, they have someone that's basically like a human lie detector, and they find out that he wasn't lying. So the next 3 tails in Jiriku would be picked, and basically stuff like that. So Mei Terumi will still become Hokage, and Zabuza would not leave the hit and miss, but he still find Haku. Now, with this happening, Kisame would still leave because he's just that prick he is in canon. But a lot of 7 ninja swordsmen would not leave. So most of them being alive than dead in canon. So with that, Leaf has established village with most of the village. No, established peace with and trading with most of the village. No, 3 out of 5 villages. No, 2 out of 5 villages, major villages. The cloud is still iffy because the Hyuga thing that happened. And the Stone Village hates Minato. Uzumaki and said, not Mikaze, so that's not happening. Now, at the age of 8, at the age of 8, Naruto would start doing weight training. He'd also get his friends on weight training also, and Sasuke. With Sasuke being trained by Itachi, his father, and most of the clan that can, he'd be a lot stronger in fire jutsus and all that. And Sasuke, over this time period, would actually tell Naruto that he promises to basically be Naruto's shadow Hokage, like Danzo is to Hiruzen. So this one, I'm actually gonna end this one. Thanks for watching. How long is this video? 47 minutes. Thanks for watching. I know I mostly just went on tangent. I didn't get to really more spicy things like that in this one. And it might be a little bit, iffy, because I haven't recorded in a while. And I want to get more to basically making a script, so I won't just go off on basically just random saying things and not making sense. So, peace out. See you guys next time.